The city never sleeps. Its pulse is relentless, a symphony of lights and sounds that never fades. A concrete jungle teeming with life, lights, and the constant hum of activity. Every corner, every street, a testament to human endeavor and the ceaseless march of time. Lan, a young woman with eyes that held the wisdom of someone far older, was just one soul navigating its chaotic rhythm. Her gaze often reflected a depth of understanding, a silent acknowledgement of the struggles she faced daily. Her days blurred into an endless cycle of work, meals snatched in haste, and the faint hope of a few hours of peaceful sleep. The clock was her constant companion, ticking away the moments of her life. She was a shift worker, her life dictated by the needs of a bustling factory that churned out its products with monotonous regularity. The factory's hum was a backdrop to her existence, a reminder of the unending demands placed upon her. Lan's small apartment, tucked away in a maze of narrow alleys, offered little solace. It was a sanctuary in name only, a place where the walls seemed to close in on her. Cramped and worn, it was a testament to her meager existence, a place where dreams were put on hold and exhaustion was a constant companion. Yet, Lan persevered. Her spirit, though weary, remained unbroken. She worked tirelessly, sending money back to her family in the village, clinging to the hope of a brighter future. Each transaction was a lifeline, a connection to the loved ones she missed dearly. Each night, as she made her way home through the dimly lit streets, she carried the weight of her responsibilities on her slender shoulders. The journey was a solitary one, filled with thoughts of what could be. The city, with its indifference to the struggles of ordinary people, offered no comfort. It was a place where anonymity was the norm, and personal battles went unnoticed. It was a place of stark contrasts, where luxury and poverty coexisted in an uneasy truce. The disparity was glaring, a daily reminder of the social divide. Lan was just one of the many faces lost in the crowd, her dreams and aspirations swallowed by the relentless pace of city life. The anonymity was suffocating, yet she continued to push forward. She was invisible, insignificant, just another cog in the machine. Her contributions, though vital, were often overlooked. But Lan was not just a nameless face. Beneath the surface, she harbored a quiet determination, a resolve to rise above her circumstances. She had a story, a life full of hopes and dreams, a story that was tragically cut short. Her journey, though fraught with challenges, was a testament to her resilience and unwavering spirit. The familiar hum of the factory faded behind Lan as she clocked out for the night, the machinery's drone replaced by the quiet rustle of the evening breeze. Exhaustion tugged at her eyelids, but she pushed on, eager to reach the relative safety of her apartment. Each step felt heavier than the last, her body yearning for rest. The shortest route home took her down a narrow, poorly lit road that snaked through a deserted industrial zone. The shadows seemed to stretch and twist, creating eerie shapes in the dim light. Normally, the eerie silence of the area would have unnerved her, but tonight, fatigue had dulled her senses. She barely noticed the absence of the usual city sounds. A shadow detached itself from the darkness ahead, and Lan's heart pounded a frantic rhythm against her ribs. Her breath quickened, and she felt a cold sweat break out on her forehead. Two figures emerged, their faces obscured by the shadows of their hoodies. They moved with a predatory grace, their intentions masked but unmistakably menacing. Panic seized her, icy and paralyzing. Her mind screamed at her to run, but her legs felt like lead. She instinctively clutched her bag closer, her mind racing, desperate for an escape. There was none. The walls of the alley seemed to close in on her. The two figures closed in, their intentions clear. She could see the glint of malice in their eyes, even through the shadows. One of the assailants grabbed her bag, yanking it violently. The force of the pull nearly knocked her off her feet. Lan stumbled, her cry of protest swallowed by the night. The sound of her own voice seemed foreign and distant. The other figure lunged, a glint of metal flashing in the dim light. The knife's blade caught the faint glow of a distant street lamp. A scream caught in her throat, a strangled gasp that died with her as she crumpled to the cold, unforgiving pavement. Her vision blurred, the world around her fading into darkness. The city, indifferent to her plight, continued its relentless hum, oblivious to the tragedy that had just unfolded on its fringes. Life went on, uncaring and unyielding. The road where Lon drew her last breath took on a sinister air, as if the very pavement remembered the tragedy that had unfolded. Passers-by, their senses attuned to the city's subtle cues, began to avoid the area, feeling an inexplicable chill whenever they neared the spot. Whispers of a haunting spread like wildfire through the crowded streets and marketplaces, with each retelling adding a new layer of fear and mystery. People spoke in hushed tones of a chilling presence, a spectral figure that roamed the area late at night, its form barely visible, but its presence unmistakable. Taxi drivers, their knowledge of the city's underbelly both vast and intimate, refused to take fares down that road after dark, sharing stories of strange occurrences and eerie encounters. Street vendors, their livelihoods dependent on the ebb and flow of foot traffic, packed up early, citing a sudden drop in customers and an overwhelming sense of unease that seemed to settle with the dusk. The air itself seemed thick with an unseen menace, a palpable sense of dread that clung to the very walls of the surrounding buildings, making the night feel even darker and more foreboding. As the rumors of the haunting grew, so too did the fear, spreading like a contagion through the community, infecting even the most skeptical minds. Parents warned their children to stay away, and even the bravest souls felt a shiver run down their spines when they dared to venture near the site of Lon's tragic end, the memory of her fate casting a long shadow. The city, once a symbol of opportunity and progress, now harbored a dark secret, a restless spirit seeking solace in a realm where it could no longer find peace, its presence a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the mysteries that lie beyond.